Hello there, I'm Gary Sims and this is Gary Explained. Now the chances are you're using Windows on your desktop PC, maybe you have a Mac, but probably you're using Windows. And I want to ask you, have you ever used Linux? And you might say, but Gary, I don't know how to use Linux, I've never used Linux, I wouldn't even know where to start. Well, let me tell you, if you want to know how to try out Linux on your PC without having to install it on your PC, let me explain. So what I'm going to show you today is how to copy Linux onto a USB flash drive like this. You kind of stick it into your PC, you reboot it to boot off the flash drive, and then Linux will come up, you can test it, you can play with it, you can see whether you like it, you can shut it down, take out the flash drive, and when you reboot your PC, it will be exactly as you left it. So to do this, we're going to download a Linux distribution called Linux Mint. It's not the only one we could do it with. This is quite a popular one, so I've chosen that for this demo. You go to the download page here, and it will show you the different variations they've got. They've got 4 different desktops that you can pick from. I've gone for the Cinnamon one, so click on the 64-bit one to download that, and then wait, because it is quite a big download. Now you're also going to need a program called Etcher. So we go up here to etcher.io. Again, you hit the download the executable and install it on your PC. And once those 2 downloads are done, you move on to the next stage. So here on my desktop, you can see that I've got the Etcher program installed. I've put a shortcut there, double click, that will bring up a very nice user interface that allows us to copy over the ISO file that we downloaded from Linux Mint onto a USB drive. So the first thing you do is select image, you then go and find that ISO file that you had selected. So there you can see I've got Linux Mint.iso has been selected. Then you pick the drive. I've put a USB drive in there. I've also got some external USB drives, so we want to make sure I'm not putting it onto those, but I'm putting it onto this one here, this 8GB drive. We hit continue, and then you hit flash, and that will start to burn, to copy over, to write the file onto the USB drive. And as we can see here, it's just starting now. It says it will take 7 minutes, so, or more, 11, 9. Okay, it's gonna take 10 minutes. So let's come back when that's finished. Okay, so this is almost done now. We're at 97%, 98%, just a few more seconds, and it will finish writing this copy of Linux Mint over onto the flash drive. Okay, it's just saying finishing up, and now it's going to validate that data to make sure it got copied over correctly. And that's going to take another couple of minutes. Okay, so the validation process is almost done, 95%, 96, 97, we're almost there, 98, 99, and now it's unmounting. That means it's ejecting the flash drive, and that's it, it's done. So the next thing to do is to take the flash drive, stick it in our PC and boot it. Okay, I've come over to my test PC rig, and this section of the video is going to be a bit more handheld, a bit more shaky, because I'm holding the camera in my hand while I try to show you some of this stuff, so apologies in advance. Hopefully you're going to see a lot of this PC over the coming months, because it really is what I use to kind of test out loads of different stuff and make videos about it. So what I've done is here at the back, I've kind of put in the USB key there that we just burnt over there on the desktop using Etcher. And now what we're going to do is we're going to power on. Makes a bit of a noise for a second while it powers on. And now here on the Dell, we need to hit F12 to go into the boot menu, so that's what I'm doing. Up comes the boot menu, and we need to select their USB. So we don't want to boot off the SATA drives, we want to boot off the USB drive, and that will then start to boot off Linux Mint. And there we go, we can see the logo coming up, and it says it's going to boot now in a few seconds. So let's start this boot process going off. Okay, and after a few moments, depending on the speed of your PC, you will be presented with the Linux Mint desktop. Now, just a few things to just get you going here. There's a desktop just like on Windows, just like on Mac. Here there's some icons. If you actually wanted to install this onto your PC and overwrite some data on some hard drives, you would use double click on this icon, but here we can double click on computer, and that will bring up, just like Windows Explorer, just like Finder on macOS, you can get to look at all the different parts of your system here. Same again with home, you can bring up your home directory, documents and desktop and music and videos. And down here at the bottom we have the toolbar, so we can click here on files and again get up the sort of the Explorer so we can see what's going on. We can also run a web browser. It comes with Firefox pre-installed, and so when that starts up it will just bring up the web and it will open up by default at Linux Mint's homepage. Of course you can change that because this is Firefox, of course. We can get rid of that. And also you have a start menu here where you can just go through all the different programs that come pre-installed. Let's go with something simple, calculator. Up comes a calculator. You know, you can just do all the stuff that you'd expect to do. And then of course there is the Linux terminal, which gives you access to all of the Linux commands, and I'm going to do a whole video on what this means and how you use the command line from Linux so you can understand what all these interesting commands mean, but that's for a different video. And just like on Windows, you've got the window here to close it, little X there to close it. So basically now you've booted this up on your PC, you can play with it, you can see what it's like, you can have a go at all, look at all the different programs, see whether you like it. There's LibreOffice in here, I just noticed, so that gives you a free replacement for Microsoft Office. Of course you've got access to the web browser there, so you've got also Google Docs, okay, and you could, there's even, you know, some graphic stuff, and then there's some administration stuff you can do. You can see whether everything works with your hardware, whether your Ethernet works, whether your Wi-Fi works, and all that kind of stuff. And then if you unplug it and shut it down, so let's just do that now. We can go down here to shut down. Okay, if once you shut it down and then you pull out the USB card, flash drive out the back, that's it. Your PC, when you reboot it, will be back to normal. There will be nothing else there. So well done, that's it. You've now used Linux Mint.
My name's Gary Sims and this is Gary Explains. I really hope you enjoyed that video. If you did, please do give it a thumbs up. Please do tell me in the comments below what you think about Linux. Have you ever tried to use it as your main desktop operating system? Also, please tell me what you like about this video and what other videos you'd like to see. You know the normal drill. Please subscribe, please share. We really want to build up the community here. You can find me on Twitter at Gary Explains, on Instagram at Gary Explains. And I'm going to read all the comments, so I'll see you down there in the comments, and I'll also see you in my next video.